let's see a relation between three numbers which are a, y and x. Let's take an example here. Let's say if I take a is equal to a, I fix as a positive number. So let's take an example of a to be 2, okay, and y to be any real number. So it can be positive, y can be positive, y can be negative. So in this example, let's take y is equal to -1. So a to the power y becomes 2 to the power -1 is equal to half. So half is what? Half is a positive number. Okay. Now let's take another example. When let's say a is equal to 2 by 3 and y is equal to 2. So a to the power y is 2 by 3 to the power 2. Okay. Y I shouldn't take, let's take y some different number. Y let's take as a 3. So a to the power y 2 by 3 whole cube, which we know that it is also a positive number. So in any case, if we fix these two numbers, a as positive number, and let's not choose a to be 1, okay, because if we choose a to be 1, then the value of y, it won't matter much, okay, because always it will be 1. And if I choose y to be any number, any real number, whether it is positive or negative, if we solve, we will get x to be always positive. So the relation of a to the power y, it is equal to x, is like this. So if a is positive and a is not equal to 1, if y is chosen to be a real number, it implies that x is what? X is positive. So if choosing any two numbers, a and y, automatically it decides the sign of or the range of x, which is positive. So a to the power y is equal to x. So three numbers are chosen such that one of the numbers, we call it base, which is chosen to be positive and not equal to 1, and y, which is in power, is chosen to be any real number. In that case, x is positive. Now this is what we call exponent form. Now I can write this as, so if it is like this, a to the power y is equal to x, then we can write it as y is equal to log of x base a. Okay. So this is exponential form. So this is what we call logarithmic form and the definition of logarithm, and that is the, we can change log form to exponential form to log form, like this. Now let's understand this. Whatever was there in the whatever was there as an answer, as an outcome, positive outcome, it came directly in front of log, and whatever is put in front of log, and there is a number which is in between log and a, which is slightly below log and a, that a is what we call, as I said, that is called base. And what is in front of log, okay, whatever is in front of log, directly whatever is written in front of log is defined, which is x, is called as argument of the logarithm. Okay, so log x base a, and y is the value of the logarithm, okay, which is any real number. You can understand it like this: if any number is argument which is positive, if it is there in front of log, and base is any, base is what? A positive number not equal to 1, then log x to the base a is what? It is y, and y we know is what? Any real number. Okay, so from the definition, a to the power y is equal to x, y is equal to log x base a. These two forms are interchangeable, the logarithmic and the exponential form. Let's take an example. Let's say 2 cube is equal to 8. So as you can see here, how do we write in the logarithmic form? So yes, this 8 will come in front of log. It would be the argument. Base would be what? Yes, base would be, since here it was a here, so base is 2. So we can write it as 2 here, and this is 3. Okay, so 2 cube equals to 8 gives 3 equals to log 8 base 2. These two forms are interchangeable, guys. Okay, let's take one more example. 10 to the power minus 2, we know that it is 0.01. So converted in the logarithmic form, it would be what, guys? So this 0.01, it is x, so it will come in front of logarithm as an argument, 0.01. This 10, so this is the argument, this 10 will be the base, so it will come just below log 0.01 like this, and the value, the power will come as an outcome, as an answer, which is -2 here. Okay, so this is the log form, this is exponential form, both are mutually convertible. So for example, if suppose log 7 base 3 is equal to k, so how do we convert it in exponential form? So we know that log x base a is equal to y, which gives x is equal to a to the power y. So we can convert it in exponential form like this. See, this base, which is a, it will come out and it will push y up, so it becomes a to the power y. That is how we can remember it. So and then what you would be left with in the LHS would be x. So similarly, 3 will come out, it will push k up, so it will become what? 3 to the power k, and what would be left on the left hand side would be 7. So this is the exponent form. Okay, conversion of logarithmic to exponent form. Take another example. Log 5 base x equals to 1 by 2, then convert it into exponential form. So as you can see here, this x will come out and it will push half up, so it becomes what, guys? It will becomes x to the power half, and what would be left in the left hand side would be 5. Okay, so that is how we convert one form into another. That's how we define log and its various numbers associated in defining the logarithm. Now let's see few examples. Convert to log form. 10 to the power minus 3 is equal to 0.001. 2 to the power 5 equals to 32. 3 to the power 4 equals to 81. So guys, we can write this, which is 0.001 in log. Whatever there is in the power will come down, so it will be -3, and this is the base, would be the base of the log, base 10. So this is the log form. In the similar way, this is 32, it will come in front of log, that will be the argument. This is 2, the base will come here, and the power would be the answer of that log, or would be the value of the log. Similarly, 81 will come as argument, here 3 will come as a base, and 4, the power will be the value of log 81 base 3. Now let's do some sums. Find x, where 7 to the power minus x is equal to 12. So 7 to the power minus x equals to 12. So 12 will come in log as an argument. 7 would be the base. Minus x would be the value. So the value of x would be what, guys? Minus log of 12 base 7 would be the answer. Similarly, the next question is 5x minus 3 equals to 4 by 7. So 5 to the power x minus 3 equals to 4 by 7. So log 4 by 7 and base would be 5. And that is the value of that would be x minus 3. Adding 3 both sides. So log 4 by 7 and 3 plus log by 4 by 7 base 5 would be the answer of B part. Similarly, the third part is e to the power mod x minus 1 is equal to 12 by 3. So e to the power mod x minus 1 equals to 12 by 3. So we will take log 12 by 3 base e. So that would be minus x mod x minus 1. So mod x is equal to 1 plus ln 12 by 3, because log base e is what? Ln x is log x base e. Okay. So 1 plus ln 12 by 3. So x is plus minus 1 plus ln 12 by 3 would be the answer, guys. Okay. Using the fact that if mod x equals to a, x is plus minus a. Using the rule. Now let's convert log form to exponent form. Okay. Logarithm form is given. We have to convert it in exponential form. So like this is log form. You can consider this was the base. So c and this d, which is the answer of the log, should come in the power. So c to the power d, and a is c to the power d value. Okay. In the similar way, y, we can also think like this. Y will come out and it will push n up, and what would we would be left with would be x minus 1. So only we have to convert. We don't need to find x or y. Okay, this is it. Similarly, in this, log 8 base 2 is equal to 3. Again, we can use the same. 2 will come out and it will push 3. It becomes 2 to the power 3. What would be left on the left hand side would be 8 only. In the similar way, log 5 base 25 equals to minus 2 can be done as 25 will come and it will push minus 2 up. So it will go in the power. What would be left would be 5, which is, we can say it's an identity also. 5 is equal to 25 to the power minus 2. So this is the exponential form, guys. Okay. Now we have to find x. Okay. Some questions are given. Let's try this. Log x minus 3 base 4 equals to minus half. So log x minus 3 base 4 is equal to minus half. Again we will push 4 and it will push, 4 comes out and it will push minus half. It will go in the power. We would be left with x minus 3. Okay. So x minus 3 will come on the right hand side. 4 to the power minus half is 1 by root 4. 3 plus half. Root 4 is considered plus root 4. So plus 2 only will come, not plus minus 2. 3 2s are 6. 7 by 2 is the answer. Let's move on to the second question, guys. Now, log x square plus 2 base 1 by 3 is equal to minus 3. So log x square plus 2 base 3 is equal to 1 by 3 is equal to minus 3. So again 1 by 3 will come, it will push minus 3 up, so it will become 1 by 3 to the power minus 3. 2 will go on the right hand side, minus 2 plus 3 to the power minus 1, you can write 1 by 3 into minus 3, it becomes minus 2 plus this is 3 cube, which is 27. 27 minus 2, x square is 25, x is equal to plus minus 5, okay, is the answer. Now the third one, log 2 base x is equal to 3. So log 2 base x equals to 3. So x will come out, it will push 3, it becomes x cube. So what is x now, guys? So x is 2 to the power 1 by 3. That would be the answer, guys. Let's understand, let's try to attempt this example. Let log a base 7 upon b minus c is equal to log b base 7 upon c minus a equals to log c base 7 upon a minus b is equal to 9. If this is given, then we have to find the value of a power b plus c, b power c plus a, c power a plus b. So guys, the question arises, how to approach this? What is the hint to solve this, guys? So guys, what we will do, as you can see here, this log this equation, this equal to this, that we will do. So it becomes, it is this. Now this we will multiply this and we will find a using the definition, okay. So we will get a in terms of b minus c, and whatever the a that we get, that a we will substitute here in this expression, in this a to the power b plus c. Similarly, we will find b using the second equation. We will find c using the third equation. We will substitute it here and solve. Okay, that way we will do this question, guys. So guys, starting with the solution, the first equation that we will take, log a base 7 upon b minus c is equal to 9. B minus c is cross multiplied 9b minus c. Now from here to here we will use which rule? Log m base n equals to k. So m is equal to n to the power k, that is the definition. N comes out and it will push k up, it will go in the power. So similarly 7 will come out, it will push 9b minus c up. So we would be left with what here, guys? So yes, it would be 7 to the power 9 times b minus c. Let's say, guys, this is a first result, okay. Similarly, we will take the second equation, solving log b base 7 by c minus a equals to 9. In the similar way, using the definition, we would get b is as 7 to the power 9c minus a. Let's say this is second equation. In the similar way, c that we will get would be what, guys? So yes, guys, similarly, if you see, it is following a cyclic pattern. So we can directly write the value of c as 7 to the power 9 of a minus b, guys. Okay, so c came out to be this. From which equation? From this, guys, log c base 7 equals to 9 upon a minus b equals to 9. So we got c, which is our third equation. Now substituting the values of a, b, c that we obtained in the equation first, second, third, in what they asked for in this product a to the power b plus c, b to the power c plus a, c to the power a plus b. So a, if you substitute, it is 7 to the power 9b minus c. B, when you substitute, it is 7 to the power 9c minus a. C, when you substitute, it is 7 to the power 9b minus b. Now b plus c is there in the power, so b plus c will get multiplied to b minus c. Similarly, c plus c, a is also in power, it will get multiplied to this. A plus b is also in power, so these two terms will get multiplied. So after getting multiplied, guys, we will get b square minus c square. C plus a, c minus a will get c square minus a square. A plus b, a minus will get a square minus b square. And since the bases are same, common base, so I have written everything in the power of 7. 9 is also there outside, so that 9 we can take common out. So now we are left with b square minus c square plus c square minus a square plus a square minus b square, which successive gets cancelled. A square minus a square, c square minus c square, b square minus b square gets cancelled. 7 to the power 0 we will get, which is 1. So guys, the answer to this question, once it is solved, it is what, guys? So the answer is 1, guys. And mainly we use the basic definition of logarithms. Now let's see few things related to algebra of logarithms. Like if two log terms are given like this, log 7 upon log 5, base is same, let's say 10. So can we say that it is equal to 7 by 5? Yes or no? So in the past, when the log was evolving, there used to be so many malpractices happening when logarithm was still about to be explored, or when the logarithm properties was not properly derived, it was unknown. So people, they mistook this equal to this. They cancelled log. Is this type of thing, is it allowed or illegal? So yes, guys, this type of cancellation is not allowed, it is illegal. In other words, it is not equal. Okay, so now the question arises, if log 7 log 5 base is same, what it is? Later on we will see that it can be proved that it is log 7 base 5. It is one of the property. Moving on to the next example, if log 8 base 4 minus log 3 base 4, can we take log base 4 common and then write it as 8 minus 3? Is it correct? So again, guys, as I said, because of the misconceptions in the past when the log was evolving, this is again not correct, guys. Okay, so this is also wrong. We cannot take log common. Then what is the correct way of writing it? Even if I ask you if there is plus twist, can we say that this will be 8 plus 3? Again, this won't be equal. Okay, this won't be equal in this case also. We cannot take log common in case of addition and subtraction. Okay, so like if it is plus, what's the correct property? That we will see later on, that it is log 8 into 3. Base has to be same, then only we can use this property. That we will see later, we will derive it later. And similarly, people used to write log 3 square as log 3 into log 3. Is this correct? So again, guys, this isn't correct. Log 3 square is basically what? Log 3 square is log 9. And log 3 into log 3 is log 3 whole square. let's say base is let's say 7, here also 7 I am writing, so here 7 I will write. So this is correct, guys, and this is correct. This is incorrect. We cannot write it like this. Log 3 base 7 whole square is log 3 base 7 multiplied twice. Now log 5 base 3 in the next example, can we write it as 1 upon log 1 by 5 base 3? So guys, as you might have predicted by now, this is also incorrect. Okay, this isn't right. Actually, the correct way of writing it is we have to write 1 upon, in case if you want to write it in reciprocal, log 3, the base and the argument are interchanged. That is another property that we will see later. Similarly, if suppose 3 to the power log 8 base 3, if they are asking what is the value of this, then what we can say. So these kind of expressions, they are, this is if base, and here also the base is same, so answer is 8. This is another property that also you will see later. So it means in order to go further in logarithm and to do questions, problems related to logarithms, we need to have a good grasp, understanding, knowledge about the laws of logarithms. Again, one more example is if log x equals to log y, can we say that x equals to y? Now is this correct or this is also wrong? What do you say, guys? So fortunately this time, guys, this is correct. Okay, provided obviously it should satisfy the domain constraints, means x and y both should be positive. Okay, obviously. So yes, it is correct. This is all another rule. So once again, we may come across expressions when we do logarithms questions. Log a base means the base is also same and argument is also same. Here the argument is 1, base is a. In that case, what should be the value of this if we come across such kind of expressions? So log a base a, it is defined as 1. This is another property, and log 1, whatever the base is, it is defined as 0. So we need to do the properties. So we will start with the properties of logarithms, guys. Okay, the properties related to logarithm one by one. So the first is the recent one that we saw. If x equals to y, then what is the relation between log x and log y? So guys, it is equal. So if log x is equal to log y, then x equals to y. If x equals to y, then both ways log x equals to y, provided x and y both are positive. This is a basic rule. And why it is true? Because log is a function, okay, and it will give same value, guys. If x and y are same, then its value is also same, guys. Okay, that can be, we can prove by graph also, or otherwise this is the property. Okay, here it should be noted that the base should be same. Like if I am taking base as 5 here, so here also it should be 5. Okay, if I am taking base 7 here also it should be 7. So in general, base both sides should be same. It should be a, where a can be any value greater than 0 but not equal to 1. So this is first. So for example, if log of x minus 3 base 2 is given to be log 7 base 2, what is the value of x, guys? So obviously we can remove the log. So in the next step, using property 1, we will remove the log and we will get the value of x as 10. And if you substitute 10, it will satisfy. Okay, so x is equal to 10, guys. Again, if minus y cube plus x cube is 0, where xy and positive numbers, then what is the value of log x cube in terms of what? In terms of y. So obviously we can write it as what, guys? X cube equals to y square, and then take log both sides. They haven't specified the base in the question. Let's take the base to be 10. So taking log base 10 both sides, log base 10 y square. So log x cube base 10 is equal to log y square base 10. Okay, so that's the answer. Log of y square base 10 in terms of y. Again, the property related to when both argument and base are same. So guys, log a base a is equal to 1. It can be verified easily by converting into logarithmic to exponential form a to the power 1, which is true. So this is an identity. Log a base a is equal to 1, guys. For example, if the question is log 3 sine square plus 3 cos square upon base root 2 square is equal to what? So as you can see here, taking 3 common, sine square s, cos square I write as c, root 3 square I write as 3, sine square plus cos square we know it is 1. So log 3 base 3, log a base a is 1. So this is 1, guys. So log x base 5 equals to, next question is what? If x plus 5 mod plus x square minus 25 mod equals to 0. So as you can see here, if we solve this modulus equation, x minus 5 plus this is mod of x minus 5 factorizing x square minus 25, okay, equals to 0. Taking mod x minus 5 common, so we are left with 1 plus mod of x plus 5 equals to 0. Mod of x minus 5 equals to 0, or 1 plus mod of x plus 5 equals to 0. Now this is positive and this is also positive, so this equal to 0 is not possible. Okay, so only possibility is mod x minus 5 is equal to 0, which is equal to 0 at x equals to 5. So the value of x is 5, so log 5 base 5 is 1. Okay, now what about value of log 1 base a? So value of log 1 base a, guys, is defined as it is equal to 0, guys. We can easily prove it by taking writing it in exponential form. So 1 is equal to a to the power 0, which is 1. So this is also an identity and a property. Okay, so log x square minus tan square base 7 is equal to what? So we know that x square minus tan square is 1. So answer is 0, guys. So that way we will do. So what is logarithmic function, guys? So we can say that any value argument is not a constant, it's something, a function of x. Base is maybe fixed, or it can be the base is a function of x, argument is some constant k, or both are changing. Here the argument is also fx, also changing, it's a function of x, and the base is also a function of x. So like log fx base a examples, they are like this: log x base 7, where the base is fixed, argument is changing. This is the simplest of example of a log function, log x. Okay, and then it can be log x square minus 1 by 3. Base is, as you can see, it's constant 1 by 3. Here again argument is changing, 2 mod x minus 5, base is 4. Now if the base is changing, as I said, the second type, log k base fx. So the argument is fixed here, which is 3 here, 1 by 5 here, but base is different, it is x. More examples include log pi base root x, log 13 root x, x square minus 1. Finally, we may have both of them changing. It is log x base x minus 1, log x plus 5 base 1 by x, log 7x square minus 1 base 3x plus 2. So logarithmic function. Now let's see what's the meaning of the domain of logarithmic function. So basically, domain of any function which includes logarithmic function as well, it means it is a set, basically set of x, set of all the values, all possible values of x for which the log or the given function gives real or defined values. Okay, it should give, log should give real value. For example, if log x base 7, if I ask you, if I substitute x equals to 4, what value it will give? What value, in the sense, will this be real or not? So we have seen the definition that the argument should be positive. So therefore this will give real value. Similarly, argument here also is positive. Root 6 plus root 6 is also positive. So it will give real value. Okay, it shouldn't give non-real value, like log x base 10. If you substitute minus negative numbers in the argument, it won't be defined. Okay, so it won't be defined. So what is basically how we calculate the domain of log functions? Let's see, if log fx base a is given, then what constraint should be imposed on fx? What condition should be given, should be imposed on fx to calculate the domain of log fx base a? So from the definition also we have seen that the argument must be positive. Therefore fx greater than 0, if you solve and get x, so that x would be the domain. Okay, for log fx base a, we will impose this constraint and solve it and get x, that would be called as domain. Okay, so fx should be positive. So here also, as you can see, fx in all the values which was given, fx was positive. That's why I said that it will give real value. So log gives real value where if the argument is positive. So fx, if it is given, then in that case fx must be imposed this, that it should be positive. Now for, let's take an example, log x square minus 4 base to find domain of hx. So again, this function which is x square minus 4, we need to impose what? It should be positive. That is the domain constraint. Then this 4 will come this side. It becomes greater than 4, which we can write as 2 square. Okay, 2 square we will write. Now x square greater than a square, from the inequalities we know that it is either x greater than 2 or x less than minus 2, which means this. Okay, so now again find domain of log 7 minus 2 mod x base 2 by 3. So again, where we will impose the constraint of positive. So yes, 7 minus 2 mod x should be imposed, the constraint should, the condition greater than 0. So 7 greater than 2 mod x 7 by 2 is greater than mod x, means what? It means mod x is less than 7 by 2. And what is x then? So guys, we know again from the formula from from modulus that x is from minus 7 by 2 to plus 7 by 2. That the formula is this: mod x is less than a, then x is from minus a to plus a. So this is the value that we got is what? It is the domain. So any point, any value inside this minus 7 by 2 to plus 7 by 2, if we substitute, we are going to get what? We are going to get the value of this log 7 minus 2x as real value. Real means it can give positive value or negative value. That is the meaning of the domain. So now let's see what is the domain of log fx base gx. See, in previous discussion we have seen that if in place of gx, if it was only a, some constant, we imposed fx greater than 0. So here also, should we impose greater than 0? So answer is yes, fx should be greater than 0. What about gx? So yes, gx should be greater than 0. Yes, and one more thing, gx should not be equal to what? Should not be equal to 1. So in case of domain of log fx base gx, we need to impose 3 constraints, and everything we need to, you have to take intersection. Okay. So let's take an example. Find domain of log 3 minus x base x plus 2. Let's try this. So yes, 3 minus x should be positive. This is fx. X plus 2 must be positive. This is gx, and gx, which is x plus 2, shouldn't be 1. Now solving this, x taking right hand side, x less than 3, 3 greater than x gives x, it means x less than 3 only. Similarly, x plus 2 greater than 0 gives x plus x greater than minus 2. You will take intersection, and this x plus 2 not equal to 1 gives us what? It gives us x not equal to minus 1. So we will take the intersection of these two, plus x not equal to minus 1 also we will take intersection. So one intersection 2 first, intersection of the two inequalities, where the first inequality x less than 3 is plotted here, and the second inequality x greater than minus 2 it is plotted here. So the common region is this. The common of these two is this, which is minus 2 to 3. Now x shouldn't be minus 1 as well. So minus 2 to 3 would be the answer, from which we will exclude minus 1, would be the domain of that function. So in a similar way, you can try to find the domain of log mod x minus 1 base 3 minus 2 mod x. So yes guys, it will again, fx is mod x minus 1 should be positive, gx is 3 minus 2x must be positive, as well as not equal to 1. So mod x greater than 0, minus 1 greater than 0 gives mod x greater than 1. Similarly, this will give you 3 greater than 2 mod x, which is 2 mod x less than 3, which is mod x less than 3 by 2. We will take intersection with mod x greater than 1. So we can think like if mod x is greater than 1 and less than 3 by 2, so directly we can write their intersection to be mod x between 1 to 3 by 2, and here mod x shouldn't be 1. From here, as you can see here, if you solve this, you will get mod x, you will get 3 shouldn't be equal to 1 plus 2 mod x, and if you solve it, 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 cancels out, you will get mod x not equal to 1. So it's okay. In 1 to 3 by 2, mod x not equal to 1 is already satisfied. So 1 to 3 by 2 will only come, and that is the final answer. We can write it as 1 to 3 by 2, or do you remember the formula? If mod x is between a to b, then x is between a to b, or x is between what? Minus b to minus a. So this is a, this is b. So this is a to b. Minus b means minus 3 by 2 to minus 1. That would be the answer, guys. This is the domain. Okay. Like this, which we can write in the interval form like this. Now what about the domain of sum? Domain of sum of two functions, let's say of log functions f1 and f2. How we will find the domain of sum of logarithmic functions, where f1 is one logarithmic, f2 is another? For example, this. So this is f1, this is f2. How do we find? So guys, the concept here is, see, domain is something which is acceptable by a function, which accepts the value, and in return it will give real values. It won't give undefined values. So f1, if you choose domain of f1, okay, and if you choose domain of f2, you calculate domain of f2. So obviously we cannot put x which belongs to f1 and which does not belong to f2, and vice versa. It means the domain of sum of the two functions f1 and f2, it has to be df1 df2 intersection. So it has to be the intersection of function, domain of function of f1 and domain of function of f2. So for example, in this, if I have to calculate the domain, we need to find the domain of f1 by imposing the constraint x minus 1 greater than 0, and here x minus 3 greater than 0. So x greater than 1 we will get from here f1. f2 domain is x greater than 3, their intersection and is x greater than 3 only. Okay, we can get it by number line also. So that way we will solve, guys. Now what about if two log functions f1 and f2 are given? What about the domain of their sum, which we have seen that it is their intersection? But what I want to ask is the domain of their difference, their multiplication, their division. What about their domain? So applying the same logic, guys, what we can say, guys, that the domain of f1, it has to be something which is acceptable by both. So here as well we have to take their intersection only, multiplication also, division also, and as well as we have to take intersection of one more thing. We have to take into account one more thing apart from taking their intersection of domains, especially in the case of f1 divided by f2, and that would be what? Yes, in that case it should be f2 should, those x we need to exclude for which f2 is 0. Okay, so f2 shouldn't be 0. Those x we need to exclude. Okay, so that we need to take into account. To illustrate my point, let's take the same example. Now I have replaced the sum by division. Okay, the question is same, it is the previous example as well. Now as you can see here, we will find the domain of f1, we will find the domain of f2, we will take their intersection as well, and which comes out to be x greater than 3. But one more constraint we need to impose, and that should be x minus 3 shouldn't be 1, because if the denominator becomes 1, then in that case log 1 becomes what? Log 1 becomes 0, guys. So the denominator shouldn't be 0, so x shouldn't be 4. So x greater than 3 and x greater shouldn't be 4 means what? X belongs to 3 to infinity excluding 4. It has to be this, guys.